when it comes to medical faculty, you don't need to master so much of knowledge regarding CV and interfacing. You might be thinking, but there may be some occasion that you want to prepare your CV in a proper standard way, and within CV when you are applying for an international position or research position or in academic position, you need to prepare and winning CV. When it comes to other faculties such as management faculty, social sciences, agri, applied sciences, those students definitely they have to master CV writing, resume writing, and interview facing. When they are finding a job, the main ways applying a CV and interview will be called for an interview accordingly. Therefore, they have to learn CV writing. Anyhow, they have to master it. But though you don't need to master, but you need to have the basic knowledge how to prepare a CV and the content of the CV, the purpose of the CV, and the difference between CV and the resume and the interview facing techniques. You need to know. CV or the curriculum vitae, from the Latin word, it means including all the information. In a CV, you are including all the information, right? That's the meaning of curriculum vitae or the CV. I will ask you a question. Just answer me. Do you know how many pages should be in a CV? You can put your answer in the chat box. How many pages should be in a CV? What do you think? You can guess. 2, 2 less than 5. It's better 1 or 2. Good. Thank you for your responses. Actually, when it comes to CV, there is no any limitation number of pages for a CV. You can have any number. There is no any limitation. When you take a CV of a senior lecturer of a university, you may find his CV is just like this, 500, 700, 300 pages in a CV. In a CV, you can include any number of pages. You can, when you read this, you may understand this. CVs include information on your academic background, including teaching, experiences, degree, research, awards, publications, presentations, and other achievements. Now you can see, and we have to include all the details in and out, everything. Everything should be there. Let's say, for example, you may include, I have completed MBBS degree in particular year. Not that. You have to include these are the major subjects that I have covered, are the major my research. This is my research area. Likewise, you have to expand the content of your degree. Therefore, CV is a comprehensive document, including everything. You need to include everything in a CV. That's why CV is a much longer document, right? But normally, when we take a CV applying for a corporate sector, they are asking only 2 or 3 pages. That means when we take fresh graduates don't have much experiences and do not have much publications and research and a lot of things. Therefore, their CV might be 2 or 3 pages. And if it is going beyond that, it's not good, since they don't like to read much, and we need to summarize 2 to 3 pages, right? But if it is only a 1 page, definitely it's a problem. It means you haven't done much. That's the reason you have got 1 page. You have included only O level, A level, and degree. That's it. But when it comes to the things you have done when you were in the school, sometimes you was in the cadet teams or the sports team, and you was a prefect. And when you were in the university, you may be you was a member of any association or the society or the volunteer clubs, and you were a member of sport teams. There are a lot of things. And also sometimes you may have published something, you may have done presentation, you have done some extracurricular activities. You need to include all the information. When you have include at least 2 or 3 pages, it means the interview panel or the recruit manager or the hiring manager, they will impress. You have done extra things apart from your normal academic procedure, right? That's what they are expecting. Therefore, when writing a CV, especially for the academic position, research position, there is no limitation. You can have any number of pages. That's why I told you, when it comes to a senior lecturer in a university, it's a really big CV, 200, 300 pages. And even when you are applying for a scholarship or the international position or a research position, definitely you have to include everything in detail. Therefore, you need to understand the format and the structure of the CV according to the requirement that you are applying for. These are the basic content that you should include in your CV. This is the basic content. You can change the structure, whatever you want, or the focusing on the position that you are applying for, but these content should be in your CV. Let's see, look at the personal statement. Personal statement, you can have this as your career objectives, career vision, my mission, whatever you can name it, but generally we can say personal statement. You have to include in the personal statement just like a summary about yourself. I have these skills and qualification, and I have done this extracurricular activities, so I have these experiences, and this is my future ambition. This content should be in your statement. A person, when they read a CV, the very first thing they read is your personal statement. Therefore, personal statement should be your own written one. A lot of students I have come across, they have taken some statement from the internet and pasted it in their CV, which is not good. And even when we are reading this, we feel that it is not written by him and it has taken by somebody else. and which is not good, you have to prepare your own statement. And the next one is personal skills. Personal skills. You have to list down your skills, not list down just the skill. I have the leadership, teamwork, communication, analytical, problem solving. That can be, but better than if you can give them with some examples. Anyone can mention a list. I have these skills, but how can we prove? I don't know whether you have taken the list from the internet or you have insert to your CV. We don't know, right? Therefore, you have to give some evidence, proof, right? You can understand when you are looking a sample CV. Then you can have career and experiences. If you have any experiences, internship, you can mention. Then you can have educational and or professional qualification. Do you know the difference between educational and professional qualification? Educational qualification are the qualification that you are earned from academic institution. O-level result, A-level result, degree, certificate, diploma, national diploma, higher national diploma, all are educational qualification. Professional qualification are the qualification offered by professional institutions. Let's say, for example, CIMA, Human Resources, AAT, Chartered, Marketing, Survey. Those are the qualifications offered by professional qualifications. If anyone has that kind of qualification, you have to mention under professional qualification. I'm pretty sure you don't need any professional qualification. Then personal interest. You can mention your personal interest, but remember and keep in mind, personal interest always should be matched with your career. If there is a personal interest which doesn't match with your career, then don't mention it. I love swimming. I love swimming. If you don't know how to connect swimming with your career, don't mention it. Then non-related referees. Non-related referees. When a seasoned or well-experienced personality doesn't need non-related referees, or that person can mention referees are available on your request. But fresh graduates or the people don't have much experiences, definitely they have to mention non-related referees. When you are mentioning non-related referees in your CV, don't mention this kind of people. Let's say, for example, Grama Niladhari, priest, or the monk in your temple, or Samadhana Vinishchakara, principal, school teacher. It doesn't mean that they are not good people. What I want to tell you is, you want to mention non-related referees as the people now you are engaging with, not 25 or 10 years back, right? Therefore, it is better you can have lecturers and your supervisors and industry high profile you can find at present, right? Then at the end, just tell me, are we writing like this? All the information I have mentioned above is true and correct according to my knowledge. We write that statement and put our signature and write the date. Do we sign in a CV? Yes or no? Do we sign in a CV? One answer got yes. Second got no. Third, no. Yes, both are correct. Both are correct means no correct. We don't sign in a CV. We don't sign in a CV. Never sign it. If you sign it, then the interview panel will notice that you don't know how to write a CV, right? Which is not good. Personal statement, personal skills, career and experience, education and professional qualification, personal interest, and unrelated referees. You have to mention. When to use a CV? CVs are thus used primarily when applying for international, academic, education, scientific, medical, or research positions, or when you are applying for a fellowship or grants. That means CV writing is really important. As a medical student, you have to learn continuously. Then you have to apply for academic position or academic higher studies, scientific or medical field or research positions. You have to apply. Then you need to prepare a good stand in CV. And this is really important. This is really, really important. Remember this. Your CV is just like an advertisement. Just imagine you have sent me a CV. I don't know who you are. I can only make a judgment reading your CV. Therefore, your CV should be an attractive enough, and it should be a comprehensive document. There should be all the details, interest in details, and you need to present in an attractive manner. The interview panel or the recruit manager can identify your CV. That's why I told you your CV is just like an advertisement. You just think about you are going to supermarket to buy a piece of soap. You don't buy any piece of soap poorly wrapped with dull colors, right? You only take a good quality, attractive wrapping soap, right? Same like that. At the top, either in the middle or left or right corner, you can have your name, your email address, postal address, email, contact details, everything you can have at the top. It is optional. It is optional to insert your photograph. If you insert a photograph, make sure it should be a professional photograph. I have seen some of the students have inserted photographs which they have taken in the school time, which is not totally, we can't accept. And the next one is when you are wearing t-shirt or wearing casual, you can't take that kind of photograph, which is not acceptable. You need to take, you need to wear a professional dress code with a professional photograph, right? This is the personal statement or the professional profile. You can see professional executive assistant with a proven track record of support senior business figures in the management of leading corporate and government organizations. Only reading that statement, we can understand what kind of person he is, what kind of skills and experiences and abilities have, right? That will help panel to make they will feel a good impression about you. Then you see the skills, executive and personal assistant, diary management, telephone call handling. Likewise, you have to mention the skills. Not like I have leadership, teamwork, communication. And the next thing is, when you are preparing your CV, I told you it is just like an advertisement. When you are preparing your CV, you have to remember and always keep mind advertisement or the notice. Why? While you remembering what they need, you have to prepare your CV. Let's say in the advertisement or the notice, they have mentioned you should have these skills. Then in your CV, you should highlight those skills. Then you can understand. Then you can understand this. Position to position, industry to industry, company to company, you have to customize your CV. In our time, we didn't know this. We just prepared one CV and photocopied and posted to the companies, right? But now you can't do that. You have to customize your CV according to the position, right? From position to position, company to company, you have to customize. What they need is totally different. You have to show them from your CV. When the interview panel show you CV, they might think that this is what we need. What we have put in the advertisement, everything is with this CV, right? And that will help you to call for an interview, right? Then career summary. You can see the career summary here. As I told you, CV is a comprehensive document. You can see without rather just only mentioning from February 2010 to present, I work on this company in that position. No, you have to write down the responsibilities, the achievement, what you have done. Right? And the next thing is, when you are writing your experiences, you need to write your experiences in chronological order. Chronological order means recent to past. You can see in this CV from February to present and 2000 to 10, then 2004 to 2017, from recent to past. Same like that. Educational and professional qualification also you have to mention like that. I have this certificate course. Sometimes you may have completed the certificate course after your MBBS degree. Then the certificate course should be at the top. Then MBBS, then A-level or diploma or whatever. Reason to pass. Professional qualification has the same reason to pass. Then your interest, abilities, and the extracurricular activities, non-related referees. As fresh graduates, you can't mention references are available on your request. Definitely you have to mention. Right. Have you got any questions regarding the CV writing? Any question? All clear? Okay, then we'll move on. Resume. The difference between CV and the resume is resume can have only one page. Maximum you can go for 2, but recommended is 1. But CV you can have any numbers. Then what's the difference between CV and resume? CV, as you witness at the very beginning, CV is applied for research, scientific, academic, medical, international. Then they want to know everything about your academic background, research and publication and everything. But when it comes to, just imagine I have got a company, I need a sales manager. I don't care about your history, academic, whatever. I need only you to perform in my company as a sales manager. Just show me you have the necessary skills and experience to perform as a sales manager. That's it, right? Therefore, resume provides a summary of your education, work history, credentials, and other accomplishments and skills. There are also optional sections, including resumes are the most common document requested of applicants in job applications. This CV and resume cannot interchangeable. Those are not interchangeable document. When they are requesting a CV, you can't send a resume. When they are requesting a resume, you can't send a CV. There are 3 types of resume. There are 3 types of resumes available. One is chronological, functional, combination. Chronological resume, I will simply explain this. Chronological resume is when you are reading the notice or the advertisement, you can see that institution expecting a well-experienced person. Then you can have chronological resume. Now you can have a look this. In this resume, you can see highlighting part is work experiences. That is chronological resume. If there is a demand for resume and for a well-experienced person, then you can adapt your resume to chronological resume. It's like this. You can see the major part or the highlight part is work in history. Functional resume is some position, for some position, company need not the well-experienced person, but the skillful person. Then you can have skills as the highlighting part in your resume. You can see the highlighting part is skill. Sometimes if you don't have experience, but they are asking for resume, then you can prepare your resume as a functional resume, highlighting your skills. Just like this, you can see highlighted part is skills. Then let's see, look at combination resume. It is not a big deal. Now you can understand the chronological resume and the functional resume, both are combined. Just like this, you can see skills and experiences, both are there. Sometimes you may have some few experiences working as an internship, and sometimes you may have experiences working as a freelancer, online job. You have few experiences, at the time you have skills. Then you can combine both as a combination resume. It's just like this. You can see skills and the working experience, both are there. And also there are many free CV writing templates available. available on the internet. There are many websites are available. You can very easily, you can select a good template that matching with you, and just only you can edit. Even you can change the color and the designs, all the things you can edit, and just you can download. That's it. But when you are taking that kind of CV template, you need to pay attention to few concerns, right? Don't get a template just like fancy looking, lot of designers don't accept. The next one is multicolors, fancy looking colors. You have to pick up colors with professional colors. And also the corporate sector reject selecting skills just like this. We can't have any rate, right? Skills, web designing, how much we can't understand. But if you can mention, I have the web designing skills, I have done this project, then the panel can understand. And this is also a little bit acceptable, but not much, since it is like a rate in skills, which is not acceptable. Like this, colors are okay and the design is okay, but the rate is not like this. These are the qualification. This is not much important to you. These are the websites: CV Winners, Canva, ResumeCat, freely available. You can edit your CV and download. And also there are many mobile apps where you can apply, practice how to face an interview and answering interviews, like Glassdoor. With that, we came to the end of our CV writing and resume writing discussion, not the discussion webinar. If you have any question, now you can ask, or else we can go for interfacing skills. No question. Then we'll move on. Interfacing. The purpose of the interview is to check your personal qualities is matching with my position. Consider job as a person. That person has got some personal qualities. And job personal qualities and your personal qualities, if mismatching, you can't work there. Both personal qualities should be able to match. And how well you express yourself, your motivation and enthusiasm, they can understand. Before attending to an interview, in the preparation phase, this is what you want to do. Research very carefully. Sometimes if you are applying for an international or into any industry, you need to search the industry, the international scenario. Then remind why you are interested in the career and this employer. Reread your application form and anticipate the questions. Sometimes you may have posted or emailed your CV around 2 months back. Now you don't remember what are the things you have included in your CV. I told you, you have to customize your CV from company to company, position to position. Therefore, it is better to save a copy in your computer or maintaining a hard copy in a file, mentioning the date, on that day, I have sent this CV to this particular company or the position. Then you can reread. Otherwise, you don't remember what you have included. Sometimes interview panel may ask some question from your CV. Prepare some questions to ask. At the end of the CV, most of the interview panel may give you an opportunity to ask question from them. If you say, no, I don't have question, then they are in a trouble. They're in a trouble to select you, right? Therefore, prepare some questions to ask. Plan how you will get to the interview. Are you going in your on your vehicle or bus or the train? Then you can understand the distance and the time, the location. Dress neatly. Take a notepad and pen. Why you need to take a notepad and pen? In an interview, sometimes there may be some questions which you cannot answer. You can note down soon after you coming from the interview. Otherwise, after 1 or 2 hours, you may forgotten that, right? After written your question, coming back to home, then you can search for answer, and that might be helpful when you are presenting in the next interview. Research the employer. Preparing for the interview, you need to look at the organization, the business, the product or service, the public image, main competitors, single or multiple locations, and organizational culture, future plans and prospects, organizational culture, what type of training and development appraisal offered, you need to look at. Arriving for the interview, try to 10 or 15 minutes arrive the interview location. Reason is, when you reach the interview location in advance, you have time to prepare yourself. You can go to washroom, wash your face, you can refresh yourself, you can adjust your hair and dress and everything. You have time to calm down and relax yourself and regain your confidence, and confidently you can face for the interview. If there is a doctor like this, would you like to go? No, no one. This is a professional looking. This is called first impression. To create the first impression, it takes only 5 seconds or lesser than 5 seconds. Within 5 seconds, we feel impression about other people. Based on that, we used to judge the people. That's why interviewers take an average less than 7 minutes to decide if a candidate is right for the role. The psychology of here is, when you see somebody, you feel something. First, that's called first impression. He's a good person. He's a kind person. He's a cunning person. Likewise, you may feel something. The psychology here is later on, within the next few minutes, unconsciously, we are trying to find evidence to prove what we feel. That's the bad situation. If you made a bad impression within 5 seconds on others, then that impression will proceed. Factors influencing whether an interview is viewed as employable. A candidate's timekeeping. 96% of managers agree is influential. Level of candidates interview preparation, 93%. Ability to hold eye contact, 82%. Personal appearance, dress code and personal grooming, 73%. Quality of banter or small talk. Small talk or the banter means, after the interview, they might be talking about something outside the subject or the interview. If you can friendly and informal way talk with them, having a small chat, that would be an advantage for you. And you see, 55% strength of handshake. These are the 5 most important factors interviewers consider when hiring now. Works experience 36%. First impression of the candidate 24%. Education 12%. Professional qualification 10%. References 9%. 3/4 of the interview are lost within 3 minutes of entering into the room. Right? That's the first impression. 25% of interviewer put off by a weak handshake or lack of eye contact. 24% by poor body language. 18% by poor posture, slumped shoulders, suggests lack of competence. Only 20% of their knowledge of the industry or aptitude for the job. Your trustworthiness, attractiveness, likability, competitiveness, and aggressiveness, and spend the rest of the interview confirming or denying these options. Shake hand firmly, smile and eye contact, try to relax, don't fridge and avoid meaning like, those are kind of slang words or the feeling words. Those words are not professional. Therefore, avoid those, feeling words. The successful candidate has smiled and made a lot of eye contact, shown a genuine interest in the interview and given genuine compliments, praise the company, genuinely praise the company, not lying. Ask interesting questions. For example, what's your personal experience of working for this company? At the end, I told you at the end, they might be given an opportunity to ask questions from them. Then you should have some interesting questions to ask. Talk about subject unrelated to job. That's why I told you that the banter, the small talk. How to overcome interview nervousness? Whoever, even myself or whoever in the world, when they are facing for an interview, anyone can feel nervousness. That's a normal situation, natural process. But we want to manage our nervousness and control our nervousness. There are many ways to control your nervousness. The one is try to think that's not that important. It doesn't mean that interview is not important. Meaning here is, if you think this is the most important thing, if I have lost the interview, I have lost my life, then you will feel nervousness. Just think this is not the important thing. If I lost this interview, I have many opportunities. The next one is preparation. If you prepared enough yourself, you feel more comfortable and don't feel nervousness. Next one is visualization. Visualization, this is so much powerful, super powerful. The reason is, it is just like rehearsal. You can close your eyes and imagine you are facing an interview. When you are imagining from beginning to the end, just like you are facing an interview, it is just like you are rehearsing. Then automatically you feel confident. Dress smartly. Adapting power poses beforehand. There is a innate connection between our state of mind and the body posture. There are some poses when you adapt yourself, you can boost your energy. Those poses called as power poses. Start the interview in a positive manner. Some students at the very beginning, no, I won't get this opportunity. No, I am not the person. Look at the people, they have come from, they have already have PhD, MSc, I have got only the bachelor's degree, no, I won't be selected. If you start your interview in a negative manner, most probably you have the same percentage of losing your opportunity. Start from positive. Don't worry too much about making a mistake. In the interview, when they're asking some questions, sometimes you may be doing some wrong thing or mistake. It's okay. Nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect. Everybody is making mistakes. It doesn't matter. Forget it about it and keep going. If you focus on the mistake and again and again and again, the rest will again at risk. These are the top 10 interview questions interview panel might be asked. You can see they are really simple. They are really simple. Yo, we know that. Even it is just like, can you tell me about yourself? This is a kind of a question asked from in a grade 1, from a grade 1 student, right? But the interview panel asked this question to discover several points. Let's say, for example, if they want to get a person from a particular background, they are asking this question, they want to look at their family background, or they want to search whether you can arrange arrange a speech, a content within a few seconds about yourself. Normally, what most of the students are doing is they just tell about themselves. So and so, I coming from, I have this degree. All those information are in your CV. You don't need to repeat it. But extra things, your experiences, your interest, what you have done, you can mention here. It's just like this. Here you should tell the interviewer about your employment. If you are working right now, education, skills, a little bit about yourself. What do you know about our company? That's why I told you we need to search the company. What have you applied for this job? I'm quickly going through this webinar, since most of them might not be most important for them. You need to grab the focal point. That's it. Why you have applied for this job? Then you have to make it clear that you want to work for the company and have the relevant skills to perform the work. What experiences have had in this type of work? Show the interviewer that you have got the skill and experience to do the job. Make sure to give the example. Why did you leave your last job? It is not good to say bad comments on the past employer, right? Remain on the positive. You can have a positive response here. What do you look for in a job? You can say the state how you can, what you can offer, and what your growth. Can you tell me about one of your weaknesses? Obviously, we have weaknesses. We can't say we don't have weaknesses. Everyone have weaknesses, but here it is better to one or two weaknesses and mention one or two. And the next thing is you need to tell them how you overcome your weaknesses. We all have weaknesses. Show the interview how you have overcome one of yours. Why should we hire you? We need to emphasize your skills and abilities and competencies, your strengths. Where do you see yourself in the 5 years from now? Again, these are really, really important and common questions. They're asking this question to confirm that whether you are staying with the company or not. Assure the interviewer that you are committed and want to stay and grow with the company. Have you got any questions for me? Then it's important to have some interesting questions prepared before you go into the interview. It shows that you have thought about your place in the company. And the next thing is this: the most of the students, again, they are not doing following up. After the interview, After the interview, you have to follow up, send a thank you note, might be WhatsApp or email message, email or WhatsApp message, and thank them, right? Let's say, for example, for the scholarship, they have, after the interview, they have shortlisted 3, they can only select 2. Out of 3, only you send a thank you note. Then definitely you will be in one of them. Okay, with that, we came to the end of CV writing and interviewing webinar. If you have any question, I will be happy to answer them. Okay, then if you don't have any question, then we will wind up the session. Thank you so much. I must thank Dr. Parami for inviting me and arranging this webinar, and Director Dr. Harshini Vijayvardhana facilitating this webinar and giving the direction to us and all the students who joined today. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Stay safe, be positive.